Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Risser from West Noble Primary. I teach reading at school and I am so excited to see you. I miss all of you and I wanted to talk to you today about how important reading is. I know we don't get to see you at school right now, but I am really hoping that when you're at home you are reading a lot of books because books are so important and so fun. What I want you to remember from today is that good readers read and read and read. They don't just read a little bit. Good readers read a lot. And if you want to become a better and better reader, what do you need to do? Read more. Read and read and read more books. So remember that today. That is so important. Keep reading and not just a little bit, but a lot. Now, I am noticing that you look like you have a question for me. You look a little bit puzzled or you're wondering something. That is good because I love questions. Questions mean that you're thinking, and good readers are always good thinkers too. So what do you want to ask me? You're wondering why I'm wearing balloon stuff, huh? Why do I have a balloon hat and balloons around me? Oh, well, that's a great question. That is, because that means that you're thinking that this and reading, they don't seem to go together. But it really does. I have a reason for doing this. And one reason is that I love balloons. I love balloon animals, and I love making balloon animals. In fact, how about if I make you a balloon animal? Let's do an orange, huh? That's a good color. All right, now I've got a long balloon here. I have to tie a knot on the end. This is one of the hard parts, is to tie a knot. Now, I'm not going to tell you ahead what I'm going to make, so I want you to do some good looking with your eyes and thinking. See if you can figure out what I'm making. I have a little bubble here, and I have to hold on to it. If I let it go, it disappears. So now I need to make another bubble and twist this. And then I need to make another bubble and give that one a twist. And now it's going to be like this. Does that look like something yet? If you said a dog, it's not a dog. It's not going to be a dog, okay? But I'm going to do, okay, here's our head and two ears. And we're going to go with kind of a long neck right here. So what animal could this be that would have a long neck like that? Nope, it's not an elephant. It's not a snake. Okay, we need two legs here and a body. We'll go with some legs at the back here. And we are almost done. A little tiny tail. And look, if you said a giraffe, you're right. I made a giraffe. Isn't that cool? Do you know how I learned how to do balloon animals? Do you have a guess? What do you think? How would I have learned how to make balloon animals? Well, I'll tell you. My mom did not teach me how to make balloon animals. My mom doesn't know how to make balloon animals, and I did not learn at school. My teachers didn't know how to either. I also didn't just think, oh, I'm going to do it and buy some balloons and start because I'm not that brave, and I really didn't know what to do. But we were having this party at church, and I was really wanting to learn how to make balloon animals because I thought it would be fun at the party, and I didn't know anybody that knew how to do balloons, and so I wanted to learn, but I didn't know how. So I have two kids, Chelsea and Nick. Hi, kids. Hi, shout out to Chelsea and Nick. We went to a book fair at school, and they were selling books at the book fair, and I was kind of excited about it, and then I looked over, and you know what I saw? Make a guess. What do you think that I saw at the book fair that was so exciting to me? I know, there were a lot of books there, yes. But the important thing that I saw was a kit. Like it was a box, and inside the box it had things on how to make balloon animals. I was so excited. I took it home, and inside the kit, they had balloons for me. They had a balloon pump, and the most important thing, they had a book. I learned how to make balloon animals by reading. Reading is so important. It's good that I know how to read so that I could read this book. Boys and girls, you have to practice and practice reading so that you can learn so many things and have so much fun reading. Okay, so inside this book, It has practical tips. So it gives me ideas about how to make balloons, what kinds of things to do. It says to not blow up balloons too full, otherwise they pop. And so that's a good tip in here. And then when I keep looking through here and reading, they have directions on how to do things, how to make different balloon animals. And so this one is how you make a dog. So it has steps in here, and it says Fido here just takes one balloon inflated to 24 inches. So then I can just do that. I can grab a balloon and go about 24 inches and blow this up. All right, that's pretty good right there. And tie a knot. And then I can look at the different steps. Number 1, it says to make a head. And it says how long to make all of these different parts of the balloon, the different bubbles. And when I first started, I even got out my ruler so that I could see, now how long is that, and did I make it the right length? And then I need to make a neck and a leg and another leg and go like this and make a body and make another leg and another leg and a tail, and now I've got a little dog. And I learned that by reading a book. Books are so helpful and so important. I love to read, and I love balloon animals. And once I had this book, I needed to buy more books. I have another book on making balloon animals, and then I bought another book on making balloon animals. I just could learn so many things from reading books. Now I can also get onto YouTube and learn more balloon animals that way. I can still learn from people too. There was a clown that taught me a balloon one time too. I'm going to put this balloon up here. Oh, now I have 2 blue dogs over there. So I just want you to remember how important it is to read and practice. I got good at doing balloons by practicing, and that's how we get good at reading too, by practicing and reading, and I would make balloons and balloons, and I just got better and better. I have a good idea for you. If you wanted to learn how to do balloon animals, this would be a good one for you to start with. And if you did the balloon pretty big, almost to the end but not quite, that would be a good way to start this one. Now, if I take my balloon and put the 2 ends together and find the middle and then give it a twist, and then boys and girls, you take these 2 ends, and if you push them together like this, do you see how we're making something? Look at that. Does it look like it's a fish. You're right. If I twist these 2 together like this, I can lock it in a little bit and then go like this and like this, and I made a fish, and that was not very hard to make. You could make this all by yourself. Maybe a little help with the knots. Now I can make this even more cool. I can take another balloon and make it really long and put a knot at this end, and then I have a bag. This bag, if a balloon pops, I save it just for this balloon animal because I don't want to use up a good balloon just for this. I'm going to tie this balloon so that it goes on to this one. Have you figured out what I'm doing yet? And then I'm going to take this and tie it onto my fish right here. Now, why would I do that? Why would I take a long one and tie it onto the fish? Are you being a good thinker? Did you figure this out? Look, I can go fishing. I have my fish, and I have my fishing pole, and I can go, oh, look, I caught a fish. That is so fun. So I'm going to leave my fish over here. And now I have one more. If you are going to learn how to do balloon animals and practice, this is another really good one to get started with. If I tie this is just a little balloon. If I tie my knot here and put a little head here and go here, give it a little ear twist and another ear twist so he has 2 ears. Does that look like anything? Does it look like a little mouse? This is a special one. This is called a rocket mouse. So my mouse is up here. Here's his rocket ship. And if I go like this, he flies and he'll go soar up in the sky, kind of like we can pretend he's going to the moon. This reminds me of reading too, how when we read lots of books, it's kind of like we're soaring and flying and going lots of places just by reading books. I was thinking about all of these fun books that I love to read. I have some books over here. Little Bear, this is such a fun book to read. Oh, this one's a great one. I also have this book. It's How to Make Flibbers, etc. So it's a how-to book, just like my other nonfiction book on making balloon animals. This one is a nonfiction book on how to make other things. Here's one that's called Pirate. That would be a fun book to read. Poetry books. I like poetry. Poetry is really fun to read too. So boys and girls, there's so many books that you can read. When you read a lot of books, it's kind of like soaring and flying and going lots of places. So boys and girls, I hope that this summer and this time you are reading and reading, because good readers read. If you want to become a better reader, then you need to read and read and read so many books and read more and more. And don't stop reading, because you do get to be a better and better reader. I love reading. Reading is how I learned how to make balloon animals, and I read lots of other kinds of books too. So read for me and have a great time reading and learn so many things. Thanks, boys and girls. Bye-bye.